So what is a programming paradigm? Well, it's a way of thinking about software construction. A programming paradigm doesn't refer to a specific language, it refers to a way of programming, a methodology. And we can broadly separate programming languages into two paradigms, declarative and imperative. Languages that fall into the declarative paradigm are concerned only with what happens, not how it happens. But languages that fall into the imperative paradigm are concerned with how something happens. So what does that actually mean? Well, one way of illustrating the difference between declarative and imperative programming is to think about what happens when we order food in a restaurant. In general, we tell or declare to our waiter which menu item that we'd like to eat, a sandwich for example. The waiter then goes to the kitchen, and after a period of time, our sandwich is brought out and served to us. We're not really concerned with how exactly the food was prepared. We are only concerned that what we ordered appears on our plate. However, what takes place behind the scenes in the kitchen can be called an imperative activity. The sandwich is prepared according to the list of ingredients and a set of preparation steps, or recipe, that the chef must follow. In the kitchen, how a meal is prepared is important in producing what the customer outside in the dining area expects to eat. There is a defined order and sequence required to make the food. Declarative programming behaves in a similar way to the customer in the restaurant. It's a form of programming that removes us as much as possible from the low-level details of how things happen. It tries to concern itself only with what happens. And common examples of declarative languages are HTML, CSS, and SQL. Imperative programming, on the other hand, behaves in a similar way to the kitchen activities. Imperative programming explicitly tells the computer what to do and how to do it. There isn't as much mystery or abstract magic taking place as is the case with declarative programming. Everything that happens is explicitly written and ordered. Common examples of primarily imperative languages are Java, C#, C++, JavaScript, Python, and Ruby. Now, declarative languages have the benefits of ease of use and a shallow learning curve, but they are often limited to a relatively small set of instructions and limited control over the results. Imperative languages are more complex in what they can achieve and can involve painstaking detail when implementing your intentions, but you have much more control over what you want your programs to do. Declarative programming languages often work hand in hand with imperative programming languages. In full stack programming, we take advantage of what both paradigms have to offer. So what have you just learned? Well, we learned that the declarative programming paradigm concerns itself only with what happens, and the imperative programming paradigm is concerned with how something happens. So now let's take a closer look at these paradigms, beginning with the declarative programming paradigm.